Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week we catch up with India's men's singles shuttler, the evergreen Arvind Bhat, as he talks about his unconventional career. And we're in New Zealand to find out how the country's badminton authorities are trying to raise the profile of the sport in a rugby-mad nation.
Arvind Bhat!
A seventh career title.
I just wanted to be cool and calm, and I did that. It was again a challenge for me to be cool and calm. I did that, but then once I got the trophy, I was really happy, and I kissed the trophy like I was holding my baby. So it was really a very happy moment for me, and then all the thoughts about whoever helped me in the past came, and my family first, and everybody, and then things started to flow.
That was only a few months ago. India men's singles Arvind Bhat had just made history by becoming the first player from his country to win a title at the Yonex German Open. It is also his first Grand Prix gold trophy and his first international title in close to 6 years. Ranked 87, at the time he beat Hans Christian Wittinghus, a player more than 60 places higher than him. But what caught the media's attention was that he did it at the age of 34. Badminton Unlimited met up with the German Open champion in Auckland at the Sky City New Zealand Open 2014.
My early days were not really professional training at all. I would also do a lot of other sports like cricket, football, table tennis, many different sports, even in the college level, in the school level. So it was not just badminton, so I never focused on badminton at an early age. So I never had any professional training, I would say, up to the age of 22 when I finished my engineering.
Although the engineering graduate started his badminton career later in age, he was quick to learn. A natural with the racket, Bhat was a finalist at the India National Badminton Championships 2002. He was then selected for the national team and made his international debut at the prestigious Thomas Cup the same year. He was seemingly on the fast track to the top. But in June 2006, the sheer physical strain of touring was starting to take its toll.
In 2006, I had a big injury, which was in my left ankle, and somehow it was not getting okay, and I could not push in training. So that 1 year I completely lost. I was out of badminton, and the first 6 months was terrible because I never got back to training, and my injuries were not going, and I was wondering if this is the end of my career. So in fact, at that point, I thought I would actually quit the sport. But then I went into surgery, I had the surgery, and then somehow I just got back.
On his return, Bhat went overseas to Germany to play in the domestic Bundesliga. With experience and hard work, he was able to return to India, where he eventually won the National Badminton Championships in 2009. He was 29 years old. He went on to clinch the title again 2 years later, but by then, age was already catching up. Bhat was dropped from the national squad, and in another setback, he was barred from training at the Prakash Padukone Academy, where he had been training since 2002.
Even though I was not in the Indian team, I really wanted to be in the Prakash Padukone Academy, but they had their own policies at that point of time, because again, we seniors were not doing well, and they wanted to convert themselves from a senior academy to a junior academy.
Not one to sit and wallow, Bhat looked for other avenues. He has since been training with the Karnataka state team, and several times a year he will travel to the Pulela Gopichan Academy in Hyderabad to spar with the junior players. His resourcefulness and perseverance was to pay off this year.
It's in. The drought is over. His first ever Grand Prix gold title.
The win was not merely about overcoming his opponent. It was also about battling some of his own demons. Throughout his career, he would often make it to quarterfinals of major tournaments, but would be unable to sustain his challenge and falter. In March, he found a way to correct his shortcomings.
The finals of the German Open was a good match for me. Hans Christian Wittinghus is in a very good form at that point of time. But one thing which again, which I was aware or wary of was that I was a choker. I mean, I can choke at the 20th point or when I'm leading and things like that. So it happened to me in the finals also. And second game where I could close out the match in the second. But then again, I choked a bit. Until then, I had no real strategy. I just wanted to play well. But in the third game, I told myself that, look, even if I win, I will not celebrate this victory, like jumping around or doing some major celebration. And if I win, I just be happy and no celebrations. So I guess that strategy helped me in the third game where I closed it out pretty easily.
The victory at the Yonex German Open threw Arvind Bhat back into the limelight of India badminton. But with his advanced age and having known the precarious path of professional badminton, he prefers to keep his goals short-term and uncomplicated.
I know that I have very few years in badminton now because I'm already 35 and I'm not sure. I might play for 1 year, maybe 2 years, I don't know. So not really any targets. I just want to be injury-free, enjoy my training sessions, and that is actually my main goal right now, frankly speaking.
Arvind Bhat continues to tour the international circuit with his family accompanying him. For how long? It is hard to say. But one thing is for sure, he's definitely making the most of it. Did you know? Badminton was showcased as a demonstration sport at the 1972 Summer Olympics and again at the 1988 Seoul Olympics as an exhibition sport. It premiered as a full medal competition at the 1992 Olympic Games held in Barcelona, Spain, and has continued as a full medal sport ever since.
Hello, this is Christina Peterson, and I am Camilla Richard Juhl, and this is All of Us.
That's very, very clever play.
Oh, it was a wonderful drive defence from the left-hander.
But there's a sign of the power from Peterson and Juhl.
Terrific performance.
Our first tournament together was in 2010, the Euro Cup finals, and we beat the number one on the world ranking and had a lot of fun at that tournament.
And they've done it! The Danes of Peterson and Juhl. They beat the world champions.
Describe Camilla, I would say she's one of the girls, maybe number one or number two on the tour. She's the one with the biggest smash, the power smash girl.
Wow, what a smash.
What an angle by Camilla Juhl.
She's the only lady in the game, in ladies doubles, that can play that kind of smash.
Christina is for sure really good at serve and has the best net play.
Brilliant, brilliant from Peterson.
For me, my favorite shot is my serve. I like to serve, I like to challenge myself and find a new way to serve. My favorite shot, I have to say, my smash. I like to smash a lot.
That was a huge smash. You could hear the crispness, the sound of the shuttle coming off the strings.
But I also like when Christina and I play the defense.
Such is the quality of defensive play.
Oh, good defence from Peterson.
That's very, very good.
So far, our highlights is our title at Malaysia Open 2012, where we won against the Koreans in the final.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Fantastic performance from the top seed, showing why they are up there at that kind of level.
Absolutely superb.
We're in Auckland, the city of sails. We've come to the largest city in New Zealand to report on the push to grow badminton. Here at the Auckland Badminton Hall, the governing body of the sport is trying to change the mindset of the country towards the game.
It's a difficult job, and I think there's many other countries that probably struggle with the same thing, but it is something that we need to look at to try and raise our image, raise our profile and get people to recognise that badminton is a world-class sport and it's got huge, huge potential.
Although there is a long way to go, recent indications suggest that progress is underway. The Leyden Davis siblings mixed doubles win and Michelle Chan's runners-up finish at this year's Oceania Championships are evidence of this progression. With a population of over 4 million, badminton in New Zealand is trying to find its own space amongst the traditional powerhouse sports of cricket and rugby. Badminton New Zealand is working with its 27 regional member associations to raise the sport's profile. Auckland Badminton is just one of them.
We come in, we deliver programs. I work with the coaches, so developing coaches and coordinating coaches. We set up new programs, so new initiatives, so trying to increase the participation rates of badminton in the Auckland region.
Limited resources mean Badminton New Zealand is concentrating on introducing the game to the young. After-school programs are tailored accordingly, and other initiatives such as BWF's Shuttle Time are being adopted and rolled out to students across the country.
We try and do that through a fun, progressive program that develops generic skills that hopefully can transfer or will transfer into badminton-specific skills as they get older. So we do a lot of work, and a lot of our associations do a lot of work in schools, clubs with young people, and the adoption of the Shuttle Time program really will help to promote the quality of what is being delivered to those young people to ensure that badminton is a fun, vibrant sport that people can really enjoy and hopefully then transfer into clubs, associations and rep level.
The response has been encouraging. It's the fastest growing sport in secondary schools with over 9,000 participants, making it the #1 racket sport for youths between 13 and 18 years of age.
Give people who have never had the chance to play badminton a chance to play, and from there trying to sort of grow the numbers, I guess. So get them involved outside of school, which is where we're heading now.
Those with promise are taken into the association's talent development program before some of them are drafted into the national development squad.
My training sessions is for 2 hours, it's 5 to 7, and the most of what we do, basically we're doing a lot of technical and a movement and some tactics as well.
We get to train in Panmure, which is close to where I live. So I get really good training there. We just do one-on-one with the coach sometimes and sometimes group training.
The youth players are given as much international exposure as possible. Badminton New Zealand has forged close ties with Trans-Tasman so that the players can compete in Australia's youth tournaments such as the June Bevan and CP Madden trophies. In addition, the National Association continues to establish links with Asia, enabling their players to gain more varied experiences.
Yeah, at the moment we've got a decentralised system where a lot of our players are based all around the world. There's a few of us left in New Zealand at the moment. We've got a couple through Asia and a bundle up in Denmark as well.
We'll support them through tournament entries, sometimes travel, things like that, which probably is why most of them tend to stay overseas, is because it's cheaper for them to be able to stay over there and participate in those tournaments.
The National Association also hosts the Sky City New Zealand Open, a BWF Grand Prix event. It hopes that this will bring much-needed cachet and publicity to the game in the country.
The majority of the New Zealand public view it as a recreational sport, and our job is to try and transfer that thinking from recreational to a performance-based sport. If we can fill the stadiums when we've got these really world-class players, that helps to project our own sort of image, if you like, over to people that generally think it's recreational. So that needs to be consistent though, it can't just be at a one-off event.
With their vision to groom world-class players through leadership, innovation and partnerships, New Zealand Badminton looks to be heading in the right direction. This is Dubai, a global city, one of the world's great cosmopolitan centres and an upcoming hub for international sports events. This year, it will be home to the BWF Destination Dubai World Superseries finals. Come December, the top badminton players from around the world will converge in Dubai to compete in this season-ending event.
Destination Dubai is built around the Super Series finals. We have been so fortunate to enter into an agreement with Dubai about hosting the Super Series finals in Dubai for the next 4 years, which is great for badminton, great for our community, and I think will be great for Dubai. There's a lot of badminton actually happening in this region, in the city itself and the region as a whole, and bringing such an event to the area will hopefully, we believe, create even more activity and actually foster hopefully a lot of new badminton players that will play the game in this region, and potentially, who knows, in time it will probably also foster some new world champions.
This dynamic city has famously hosted world-class sporting events such as one-day international cricket tournaments, the annual Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, as well as the International Table Tennis Federation Grand Finals in 2013. For the next 4 years, badminton will be showcased in the city, along with other world-class tournaments. With its new association with badminton, it is hoped that Destination Dubai will usher in an era of participation in the region.
We hope to make badminton one of best sport in Dubai and in UAE. We want to create a strong team. We want to build a strong structure of badminton based on the need of our youth in the future.
I've already talked to many of the players, and many of them say, well, it's great that we've found a home for the BWF World Superseries finals. It's really about that we've found a home where it consistently will take place over the next 4 years, a place where we can build it both for the benefit of the region but also for the benefit of badminton as a whole. So I think it's a great thing for us. All of these things ties really well together, so we will create hopefully a very long-term and sustainable future for badminton and an even stronger presence for badminton in this region.
This is how the new BWF Destination Dubai World Super Series works. Only the top 8 players in each of the 5 singles and doubles categories will qualify for the tournament. Points will be awarded from all 12 MetLife BWF World Superseries events. With 5 tournaments already completed, here's a look at how some of the players stack up. We focus on the men's doubles. The conclusion of the OUE Singapore Open last month brought no changes to the top 3. At the head of the pack are Japan's Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa. Matthias Boe and Carsten Mogensen are the only non-Asians in the top 10 at number 2, followed by the Malaysian duo Go Vi Shem and Lim Kim Hwa. Chinese Taipei's Li Shengmu and Tsai Chia-sin rise up 4 places to 4th. Rounding up the top 10 are Korea's Ko Sung-hyun and Shin Baek-chol, who have moved up 7 places. The Destination Dubai rankings is updated the Thursday after each Super Series event. Action resumes at the Yonex Open Japan in June, so don't forget to log on to www.bwfbadminton.org to find out the latest information. For this week's Rising Star, we feature Germany's #1 junior men's singles shuttler, Max Weisskirchen. He is the only European in the top 10 of the men's singles BWF Junior World Rankings, and is one of the brightest hopes for his country's badminton future. Tall and quick around the court, he has kept opponents on their back heels thanks to his array of deceptive shots.
I tend to be a bit tricky. My play is a lot about playing tricky shots. I prefer it if I can outsmart my opponent. It's a lot of fun to me.
The 17-year-old was at the recently completed BWF World Junior Championships in Malaysia, where he competed in the singles and doubles matches. The tournament offered him the opportunity to pit his skills against the best youth players in the world, an opportunity he was desperate to make the most of.
It's my second tournament in Asia. The first was last year at the Juniors in Bangkok, Thailand. It was good because I reached the third round in the singles matches. There's a huge difference between the players in Germany and Asia. Here in Asia, you've got different conditions. It's my second time in Asia and it's fantastic to be here. It's been very memorable.
Das wird man auch nicht so schnell vergessen.
Weisskirchen began his badminton journey at the age of 8. His parents used to play recreationally and he used to go along to watch. And despite his love for other sports, it was badminton that caught his imagination.
I played football for 6 years and I had a great time, but it just wasn't really my thing. Badminton was cool and it fitted me perfectly. I'm glad I made the choice. I've never regretted it.
Es war auch die richtige Entscheidung, dass ich Badminton ausgewählt habe.
After winning a few local tournaments, he was approached by the scouts at the German Badminton Association. He now trains full-time at the National Youth Badminton Center in Mulheim an der Ruhr. He's been touring the junior circuit since 2012, making a name for himself as a tough competitor, both in his specialist singles category and doubles. 2014 has been his best so far, grabbing victories in the Polish Junior International and Portuguese International Junior Championships.
Ich bin auf jeden Fall sehr stolz, dass ich den Adler auf der Brust.
Playing for my country has been great. I am very proud that I can wear the German eagle on my chest. I always play hard so I can achieve my best.
So auch was wiedergebe.
Weisskirchen didn't win a medal at the BWF World Juniors, but his quarterfinals finish in both the singles and mixed doubles means that he is qualified for this August's Youth Olympics in Nanjing, China.
Jetzt für Nanjing halt überlege ich das schon.
To prepare for Nanjing, I will talk to my coach about what options I've got. I've played many tournaments in the last year just to be prepared for the Youth Olympics.
Habe ich zumindest gespielt und ja.
Like most juniors, Weisskirchen is setting his eyes on seniors. He's due to train with the senior national side next year as part of the country's association integration program. But with the quality of veteran players ahead of him on the international circuit, he's realistic about his prospects.
Ich denke mal, dass wenn ich jetzt in Seniorenbereich
When I reach the senior stage, I wouldn't play a big role at the beginning. It will take a long time to achieve a top ranking. I will be happy to rank in between top 50 or top 100.
erstmal bin und ja, aber es ist auf jeden Fall.
Not that he's not ambitious. He's keen to take over from his clubmate and Germany's badminton superstar Max Weisskirchen and to create his own history.
Dass ich dann vielleicht mal oder hoffentlich die Nummer 1 aus Deutschland bin.
In 10 years, hopefully I will be number 1 in Germany and win a few international tournaments. I think I'm not there yet. It takes a long time to be a real good player. I've got a long way in front of me.
Richtig gut zu werden. Ist auf jeden Fall noch ein großer Weg, langer Weg.
The German Badminton Association is committed to improving the status of the country in the badminton community, and in Max Weisskirchen, they have the perfect player. Intelligent, ambitious and skillful. Expect to hear more from him in the future. Before we go, let's catch up with what's happening in the world of international badminton in our global calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we report on the Peace and Sport Cup, an initiative trying to encourage women in the Arab-speaking nations to take up sport. And we preview the biggest badminton team tournament of the year, the Leaning BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals. See you next week.